Hi, I'm Derek Moore, Curator of Collections here at the museum. While you're here today, you're going to see some of the most technically interesting and eclectic vehicles ever built in the automobile industry.
In October of 2003, the Lane Motor Museum opened its doors to display an initial collection of over 80 rare and historic vehicles. Now, let's meet our museum founder.
Hi, I'm Jeff Lane, and welcome to Lane Motor Museum. This is the beginning.
Museum founder Jeff Lane grew up in the rural town of Romeo, Michigan, about 45 minutes from the U.S. auto capital of Detroit. Jeff was raised in the car business. His grandfather, Wilbur C. Lane, owned a Ford dealership in Michigan from 1936 to 1954. His father, Gene Lane, owns an auto supplies business that still operates today.
My dad was always into antique cars when I was growing up. And that came from when he was in the Army in 1955 in Germany. He bought a brand new MGTF. And then when I turned 12, he asked me what I wanted for Christmas. And I told him, well, since I helped you restore your MG, TF, I'd like MGTF of my own. I thought, well, that's just like a dream, right? That'll never happen. But he got me a TF, but it was all in pieces. So I spent the next 4 years restoring that car. And so that was kind of the start of the car hobby.
In 2002, Jeff Lane began a nonprofit foundation that formed the Lane Motor Museum. The donation of his personal collection, along with the purchase and renovation of the former Sunbeam Bakery building, began the museum that stands today. The former bakery building offered 132,000 square feet of space and architectural details that would later complement the collection. A high ceiling, natural light, and original brick and maple wood flooring. Converting the building from a bakery to a car museum wasn't an easy process. It took almost a year to complete the renovation, take out any leftover machinery, and prepare the space as an exhibit hall. Lane Motor Museum represents more than a collection of unique automobiles. An important part of the museum mission is vehicle preservation. To do this, the museum employs a small staff to handle the maintenance, repairs, and mechanical restoration of the collection.
When the museum acquires a vehicle that is in its original condition, we make every attempt to preserve that vehicle as it comes into the museum.
In a few cases, when an original is no longer available, the museum has created a replica for display. Some of these projects happen right here in the museum. When possible, the original manufacturer is contacted to obtain blueprints and permission to recreate the vehicle. But since some were made in small quantities, many parts are no longer available. The museum machine shop allows for the creation of some custom parts, based on old photographs and drawings and 3D scanning. As you tour the museum, you may notice that the majority of the collection is grouped by country. Flags hang from the ceiling to indicate their locations. Each car has an exhibit label that tells its technical specifications and historical significance. Special sections highlight our competition cars, motorcycles, and microcars. Additional exhibits can be seen in the indoor parking garage. And don't miss the 100-ton amphibious Lark behind the museum, which can also be viewed from the motorcycle exhibit. In order to allow our visitors full access to view inside the cars, the museum is largely barrier-free. We only ask that you respect the no-touching rule, so that we may preserve the cars for future generations. In 2019, the museum created the Archives, which is accessible to researchers by appointment. This houses our extensive document and model collection. We're also proud to house a library of books and periodicals on vehicles from around the world, part of our continued commitment to education and preservation. With limited gallery space, we can only display a small portion of our over 500 vehicle collection, so exhibits change often. The vault, located in the basement of the museum, houses the collection objects not currently on display. The vault is available to the public for guided tours on select days. For our younger guests, a raised platform upstairs offers a play area with cars to ride in, toy towns to construct, and coloring projects. Food and drinks are not allowed on the exhibit floor, but may be enjoyed in the concessions area, where cold drinks and snacks are available for purchase. If you're looking for unique auto items, our gift shop offers a wide assortment of quality clothing, models, toys for the kid in all of us, books, postcards, and more. And before you leave, please don't forget to take your picture in one of our unique cars. And be sure to sign our guest book. Leave your email address if you'd like to stay updated by receiving our monthly e-newsletter.
I always like to share my cars, and I wanted people to be able to see them. So that was the impetus for starting the museum is to give the public the opportunity to see them. But, the other thing is to put the cars in one entity and preserve them. I'm obviously not going to live forever. So, when I'm gone, people can come and enjoy them.
Thank you for visiting Lane Motor Museum. We hope you'll return soon.